Hey everybody, happy Monday. I just wanted to do a quick video to walk you through the steps of accessing this week's lessons. So, of course, as always, we will start with Google Classroom. Everything will be posted here, just like I've been doing. You'll look for the week number 4 because that's what we're beginning now. It's grayed out on my screen because I haven't actually assigned it to you yet. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to assign it. So for now, it's gray. When you see it, it'll be black. So you'll choose week number 4 lesson plans. And for you, it'll say, instead of edit assignment, it'll say view assignment. And then you will see everything there that I've posted. For this week, it's a little shorter, I think, than activities that I've previously given. What you'll be doing this week is you'll be reading an article called Love's Vocabulary. The article is written by Diane Ackerman, and it is in your online textbook. So the first thing that you'll see is your lesson plan for the week. It's the same lesson plan that I've posted for you that just kind of details the specific things that you need to focus on and what needs to be turned in and by when. The second thing that you'll see is a link. And if all goes well, all you'll have to do is click this link and it will take you directly to the text in your online textbook. However, if that does not work, then I want to show you, in case you've forgotten, how to actually access your online textbook. So of course you will start in your desktop. Your desktop is going to look a lot different than mine. You will go to your search bar and type in class schedule, okay, and it will bring up your class schedule. I obviously don't have a class schedule, so there's not going to be one for me. But for you, once it brings up your schedule, you will choose e-textbook next to your English 1 course, okay? So, but what I need to do is a little different. So I'm going to go into your textbook, and when you get to your textbook, it's going to bring up your dashboard, and it will more than likely look similar to this, maybe a little different. But what you'll have to do is at this drop down area, and it will more than likely have defaulted to Escalate English 2017 grade 6. That is obviously not your textbook. So you will have to hit that drop down arrow and change it to Florida Collections grade 9. Once you change it to Florida Collections grade 9, you are now in your textbook. And you will look for student ebook. You will select student ebook, and it will more than likely have you on the first page of the textbook if you have, or at least the last page that you viewed in the online textbook. For me, it automatically put me on the article that we're reading this week because that's the last thing that I viewed. But the article is actually on page 163. So all you'll have to do is type in 163 in this little yellow rectangle, and it will take you directly to the page. Okay, there's a few different ways that you can view the page. This is the standard view. If you'd like it to be a little closer, then of course you can hit page view and you can choose the first option, which kind of zooms the page in for you. In order to change pages, you will have to scroll down in order to navigate through the text. If you like to look at it in standard view, that is the middle option. And then you would use these arrows in order to turn the page. And then if you would like to look at 2 pages at a time, similar to what we view in our books, then that is the last option. And then you also would turn the page using the arrows. You can listen to this story as well. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily read it unless you would like to. You can also listen to the audio version of it. And all you'll have to do is select audio and it will play the text for you.
From Love's Vocabulary, essay by Diane Ackerman.
Okay, so once you have listened to the text in its entirety, and it is rather short, you will then go back to the assignment and you will move on to the Prezi presentation. Okay, so you will select distance learning, Love's Vocabulary, Prezi presentation. You do see Miss Wilson's name because she actually made the Prezi portion of this and shared it with me. We're kind of tag teaming this distance learning thing. She helps me out with the 9th grade English stuff. I help her out with the 8th grade language arts stuff, and we share. So you will view the Prezi. This is actually, this first slide, What is Love, if I remember correctly, it's a video. So you will have to select that first slide and click on it, and then you'll watch the 5-minute video that answers the question, what is love? Okay, and then you'll go through the rest of it. And if you'll notice, there are directions. So please make sure you're reading the directions on the Prezi and following them, because that will come and to be very important in the next phase. So you'll go through all of the slides, kind of get the information that's there, start to think about the questions that you're being asked, because you will have to then fill in. And if you follow the directions that are laid out very clearly on the Prezi, you're not going to have any problems with the activity. Okay, so let me back up to this slide. So basically, after watching the video, which is the very first slide, what is love? After watching this video, you go to your Google Doc, which is back in Google Classroom, the last attachment, and you'll start to fill in. If you notice the boxes that are on this Google form, they correspond exactly with the Prezi presentation. So box number 1 tells you, which you actually do box 2 before you do 1. Don't worry about that, you'll see. But in the second box, it says write the title of the essay and the author's name. So you will select, you'll put the title here, Love's Vocabulary, the author's name, Diane Ackerman. And you can write it however you like. You can be fancy if you want to be fancy, or you can keep it regular. Okay? And of course, we're going to put quotations around this because it is a title. And that's all you have to do for box number 2. But then your Prezi asks you to, for the next slide, you have a different set of directions for box 1. So make sure you pay attention to that. In box 1, you're going to go back and give a definition of love with synonyms and examples and non-examples. And then here's information about the author for you to read. Box 3, you're simply writing the terms and the definitions. We've talked about connotation and denotation, so you're going to revisit those terms. You're going to write down the word denotation in box 3 with its definition, and then you'll write down the word connotation in box 3 with its definition. Box 4, it asks you to compare, to see what's being compared in lines 2 through 4 of the text, Love's Vocabulary. What connotations do those words have? What is their cumulative effect? And then based on lines 1 through 11, what's the central idea Ackerman presents at the beginning of her essay? So you'll answer that question in box 4. In box 5, you're determining word meanings. In box 6, You're giving the facts and reasons and examples that Ackerman gives to support her idea that love can mean almost nothing or almost everything. In box 7, you are telling me the author's tone and explaining how does the author's choice of words create this tone. In box 8, you're answering the question, how does the example of the ancient Egyptian woman in the Detroit automobile factory create a bridge between ideas? In box 9, you're identifying the allusion on page 167 of the text. And then in box 10, you're answering the question, do you feel Diane Ackerman answers the question, what is love? In your opinion, does she answer that question? Okay, so once you have filled in your Google form, and this entire page is complete, then you'll be ready to submit to me. You'll share the document with me, and you'll be done with your activity for the week. Hold on to this Google form because we will revisit it in the future. So it'll be a really good tool for you for the next phase. So make sure that you hang on to it. As always, if you guys have questions, you've been doing a great job of emailing me, texting me. A couple of you call me. If any of you would like to have a Zoom meeting where a few of you have been working together and you have questions and you want some additional support, let me know. We can set it up. I'm still very much here to support you. Please don't feel like I'm not. However, you guys need me to support you throughout this process so that you are successful, I'm here. So just let me know. This assignment starts on Monday and it will be due by Friday. So you have all week to work on it. And again, of course, if you have questions, just let me know. Okay, you guys take care. Continue to wash your hands and socially distance. And I will see you soon.